What's up, everyone? This is one of my favorite topics, and that is this. How can you stay motivated? 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, let's talk about motivation, right? People talk about motivation. David Goggins says, motivation is crap. You got to be disciplined. And like, I get all the different takes of motivation. There's things that motivate me. There's things that inspire me. Use some different words. There's things that get me going. Sometimes I drive to the gym, sit in my truck. I don't want to get out, even though I'm doing a bodybuilding show. So I'm going to just speak in the most plain, simple terms, like motivation, meaning what can get you to start and to keep you moving. What can like ignite the spark, boom, and get you going, okay? First and foremost, I invite you to be really open and honest with me today. It's not going to help if you lie to yourself, because the way that I coach and teach and train requires you to live by the code, which is to be real, to get raw, to stay relevant, to what's commitment to big results. So with that said, how can you stay motivated? How can you get motivated? How do you keep moving forward? Simple. Number one, what do you want? Why does it matter? You got to get clear about the life that you want to live. You got to have some clarity of purpose. We shot some other videos about clarity of purpose, but like there's got to be a future result that you want. When I was younger, junior high, I wanted to play football at BYU. I wanted it. So that want for something in the future drove me. Why did it matter? Because again, I had all these reasons why. I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to be the guy that was on TV waving. I wanted to make sacks and celebrate. All the whys in the world created this holy cause. What do you want? Why does it matter? This is called clarity. Clarity is power. Are you clear about what you want for the future, for your health, for your body? How clear are you about what you want for your marriage, your relationships, your children? How clear are you about the type of money you want in your bank account? And just like, I want financial freedom. Well, then I ask people, well, how much? And they can't even answer it because they're not clear. Clarity is specific. Clarity is measurable. Clarity is your thing, right? That's what a real outcome is. What is it? Specific, measurable, and it's yours. And then, of course, why does it matter? We have all these whys. That's the first thing. So what gets me up at 4 in the morning, go down to the gym and work out and do cardio twice a day? Because I want to look a certain way. I want to compete in a bodybuilding competition. Why does that matter? And I can list all these whys. First, okay. Second thing that's going to keep you motivated is you got to have those whys, a bag of whys. 2011, found myself broke, bankrupt, Super Bowl ring sold, like just ridiculously depressed and overweight. I'm in my mid to late 30s, and I get recruited to go knock door to door for a living because I'm promised I could go make 6 figures in 4 months. So I asked my regional manager, his name is C-Ball, and he says, hey, you got to have a bag of whys. You got to have a lot of whys. Why would you do this? And I was clear, I didn't want to be broke anymore. I wanted to have 6 figures in my bank account, multiple 6 figures. I wanted to grow and become the man I was supposed to become. I wanted to make my family proud of me. I wanted to make my parents proud of me. I knew I owed it to my family to become all that I was meant to be, not just for me, but for them. And I wanted to make my God proud. This is a bag of whys. And I was sick of being broke. You got to be honest about the consequences if you don't do what's required. So I go knock door to door and crush it. Why? Because I had all these whys. I knew what I wanted and the why. So again, what do you want? Why does it matter? Why? Just keep asking and build a bag of whys. Because some days you pull out a why that you need, and some days it's to look good. Some days it's to feel good. Some days it's to impress someone. Some days it's because you don't want to be broke. Have a bag of whys, okay? Number 3, ways to stay motivated, and I alluded to this earlier, is simply this. I want you to think about the future consequence if you don't do what's required. It's called the future trajectory of staying and doing what you're doing. So if you're eating pizza and burgers every day and drinking alcohol and sodas and eating cookies, cake, and ice cream every day, for a day or two, not that big of a deal. For a month, after a year, you're going to be really obese and fat. And then after like 2 years, you can't even wipe your behind if you go to number 2. I'm just being real with you. Some of you are so delusional right now because you can't even see the future consequences and the trajectory of what you're currently doing means Oh, I don't feel like it. I'm not going to go to the gym. It's just too hard. I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. And so you never stay motivated and you never stay disciplined. And then you just down the road, you're like, dang, I'm fat. I'm overweight or I'm broke. I know people today that are in their 30s, late 30s, financially broke. They're losers. Yeah, I'm saying it right here. They're not a 10, they're a 2. They're losers. They can't provide for their children. They don't provide for their wife. And they're job to job. They're drunk alcohol dudes who go out all night and they think that they're a man and father. You see, I don't want that. So it motivates me to get up, to work, to study, to do my rituals, to do my conscious self-creation, to hit the gym, boom, 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 and to do the things I said I would do. So that's the third reason to stay motivated, right? What do you want? Why does it matter? Why? And then what's the future consequences if I don't change? If I don't. Now, the fourth thing is going to sound a little contradictory. And it's like, how do I stay motivated? Well, motivation gets you only so far. So you got to turn motivation into what I call commitment. Write that down. Commitment. See, after a while, motivation is like the spark that gets you started. But what keeps you going is commitment. Commitment is 3 things. Number 1, doing what's required. Not your best. Doing your best is for kids. Number 2, doing what you said you would do, keeping your word, right? I say I'm going to get up, I get up. I say I'm going to go to the gym, I go to the gym. I say I'm going to avoid eating Bluebell ice cream at night. I don't do it because I do what I say I will do. And number 3 is acting decisively in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. Yes, that, my friends, is commitment. After a while, you don't rely on motivation. You just rely on being, I'm committed to the clarity. I'm committed to what I want. I'm committed to the thing that I truly, desperately want for my life. The life experience, the lifestyle, the home, the car, the travel, the contribution, the legacy. Maybe some of you want to have your name on buildings at a university. Maybe some of you want to go serve missions for your church. That takes commitment. Real commitment is doing what's required and being your word and following through. Again, I'm giving you some nuggets here, right? What do you want? Get clear about it. Why does it matter? Why it creates the driving force? Think about the future trajectory of what if you don't change and stay motivated? That's going to suck. Being broke, if you don't want that, you go do what's required. Number 4 is you get really committed. Being committed is like being on a mission. Being committed is like, dude, you can count on me. I am committed to providing for my family, to taking care of my parents, to living my purpose, to fulfilling my call. I'm committed to that because I will do whatever it freaking takes. I will do whatever is required, and I will do it every single day. And the 5th final piece of how do I stay motivated? So we've talked about moving motivation to commitment. The final one is this. It's called discipline. I'm doing a bodybuilding competition right now. And bodybuilding is brutal. It's the hardest sport I've ever done. I played collegiate ball. I played professional ball with the New England Patriots, collegiate ball, BYU. You know, as an athlete, football, you could eat whatever. You just eat and work out and train, go do whatever. As a bodybuilder, it's 24/7. I track my macros. I'm eating chicken and chicken breast, fish, potatoes, rice. I'm eating egg whites, eggs, yogurt, fruit. Like, I'm eating good. But you can't just eat a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you can't just go have like a double-double with fry well. And like, there's just things you can't do. So discipline means that I'm going to sacrifice and cut out the things that are not good for me. And I'm only going to do the things that are good for me. Discipline is doing the thing well after the feeling and the excitement and the motivation is gone. And I just continue to do it. Discipline is divine. I'm noticing this in my life. So not only am I committed to stepping on stage and winning my bodybuilding competition, but there's a discipline inside of my daily life experience. The discipline to avoid certain things, the discipline to give up certain things, the discipline to follow through. I don't need to be motivated. Now, final bonus thing here, right? Number 1, what do you want? Number 2, why does it matter? Have a bag of whys. Number 3, what's the future consequence you want to avoid? Being fat, overweight, broke, depressed, cheat, whatever. Number 4, being committed. Number 5, being disciplined. Here's the bonus thing about how can I stay motivated? I watch movies that motivate me. I get motivated and inspired. There's another word. I've watched Rocky IV, the montage, and Rocky III. I've watched enough like military movies where guys, Braveheart, The Patriot. I love these movies. It motivates me. It drives me. It fuels me. So if it's not a movie, maybe it's a play. If it's not a play, maybe it's music. But there are some external things that you can consume that would change your trajectory, that would light the fire inside of you so you can keep this thing moving. Again, I love movies. There's nothing like watching, Mission Impossible or Braveheart or Last of the Mohicans. These movies where there's military guys that are, overcoming. I think there's one called The Covenant, where guys just follow through and they save lives and they're on a mission and they have a high value target. I watch that. I'm like, yes, that's me. Yes. There's a movie with Jason Statham called, I think it's called Wrath of Man. And, it's pretty violent and gory, but the whole purpose of the movie is that Jason Statham is a father and his son gets killed by these robbers. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone killed my son, it'd be over. I would do what he did. I would scorch this earth. I know I'm a Christian. I'm a devoted disciple of Christ, but man, sometimes those things just motivate the heck out of me. Like, you want to play like that? And then you get motivated to go to the gym, and then you get motivated to go make more money. And sometimes it's a chip on your shoulder. Sometimes it's like Tom Brady, like, oh, you drafted me 6th? Okay, all right. And sometimes you got to tap into that, what they call dark side. Now, when I say dark side, I'm not talking about evil. But I'm saying, like, there are movies and there are music and there are causes and there are things out there that would just light a fire and remind you. Like the movie Braveheart. I love what Mel Gibson does in Braveheart. I love Gladiator. I love these movies where it's just like, dude, that dude is a bad A mofo. So watch those. Every once in a while, watch them. And again, the motivation has to move you to action. If it only motivates you and you're feeling, and you get excited, but you don't move, it's not motivation. It's like false dopamine, false lift. Real motivation drives you to move and to take action. If you want help to know how to become the type of person that is this, join me in my live experience every single month. It's free. Join us. It's a virtual experience where you get to come live, interact with us, ask questions. And if this has been valuable for you, imagine what being inside of a community of people just like you, just like me, who are motivated, inspired, committed, and disciplined to go create the lives of power and purpose and passion that we really, 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 really want. Click on the link in the description. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Have an amazing day, my friends. God bless you. Let's go.
Let's go. See, it's more than the game that we changing. We don't do it for the block, do it for the name. Yeah. No, there ain't no stopping it. If you really want it, better rock with it. This is how to be a game changer. Better put your pride down, heavy, get your pen up. Wanna be the greatest, we ain't stopping.